Hello everybody, my name is Joe Guy and welcome back to Dragon Age Inquisition. What am I doing here on the stairs, you ask? I was doing test recordings is what I was doing, so I was running about Dragon Age, jumping about, yelling into the microphone, just trying to get my levels balanced properly. I think actually, I mean it's early days yet, but for example when I yell like that, or when I yell, hopefully that won't have busted your ears out as it may have done the last time, because I've been clipping the microphone when I've been speaking too loudly, so basically it's all sort of turned down and I'll be doing slightly heftier audio balancing. Hey Josephine. So let's start today's session by going to the war table. You know, I know what I said at the end of the last session, that because I didn't want to be over leveled for the next main quest, I was going to just press on with it now whilst I'm already just a little bit over leveled. But instead I've said that, you know what, screw that, I don't want to rush this, I really don't. And we have some options. Now, unfortunately, this does mean turning on the trials again, which are a little bit temperamental. There are two trials in particular which I'm interested in. For example, Even Ground is one. Enemies always skilled to be at least the same level as the Inquisitor. Significantly increases the chance of receiving special shipment towards in your stronghold. I've been recommended this like several times, and I can totally see why. I think it's quite easy to become over-leveled for this game, which is interesting. You know, I'm not sure. It's never really something I've run up against in the other Dragon Age games, and I will admit I don't know much about leveling, balancing, or grinding systems, or so on and so forth. But I don't know, it just feels like the game could have compensated that for that better, as opposed to just having level requirements on the main missions, which I actually do appreciate. It really gives you a good idea of when you're ready for it. I would say maybe even more of that would help, but also just balancing it so that you couldn't overlevel yourself, maybe having this be part of the game or something like that in some kind of rubber bandy kind of way, if you know what I mean. As in, like, you can level up too high, but, like, as you get more powerful, there's always, like, a high power level and low power level sort of area which uses your current level as a jumping off point. For example, in kind of an easy area, the enemies would be your level -3 or something like that, whereas in an area that's meant to be difficult, it'd be your level +3. But then again, that would take away from what people might grind for, is so that they can easily beat the challenges ahead of them. So I don't pretend to say that that's easy, or that there's a simple solution to it, but as it is right now, well, let's just say I'm glad I still have the trials. Otherwise, I would actually be discouraged from side questing, because there is definitely stuff I want to do before I carry on with the main quest. And I imagine there's a ton of stuff to do after the main quest, like, as well. After this next main quest, I should say, like, we're still early days there, so I'd have time to do the companion quest that I really want to do after this next thing, but I don't want to. I'm in the mood to side quest at the moment. So, first, I'm not gonna put on Even Ground right now because I don't think we're there yet, though I will probably put it on for the main mission itself. Instead, what I'm gonna do here, here we go. You gain XP at half the normal rate. Slightly increase the chance of receiving special shipment rewards in your stronghold. Yeah, so we're gonna take that. Yeah, nothing else really appeals to me at the moment. So we got that. We got to take it slow, because you know what? I'm not really too interested in the leveling system in this game. It's just not the reason I play games. I want more narrative and story, and challenge level of battle encounters is part of that story. But I'll deal with it as little as possible. And I do like the moveset that I have. I like playing with that moveset, so I'm not, like, in a hurry to change it or anything. Speaking of my companions, actually, we have a few changes I wanted to show you. For example, we can see, I would show this in-game, but I thought I'd just do this now because everybody's pretty much gone through a bit of a reskin, so I thought, let's keep you guys up to date with that. And let me know if this is something you'd rather see when the characters get out into the field. But I feel like when I'm out in the field, I'm too busy doing stuff as opposed to just saying, hey, look how this character looks right now. So this keeps us all on the same page. Markus, who maybe went through a bit of a rough patch after finding out that he was basically not chosen by Andraste herself, or like Andraste herself did not physically come down and rescue him, feels a lot better now that he has spoken to Mother Giselle and is able to kind of move forward with this. So he's had a shave. I don't know if you guys noticed, I gave him a bit of stubble in the last session to reflect that he's maybe been letting himself go a little bit. and I dulled his clothes to kind of reflect the darker mood that he was in. But now he's kind of back, and he's starting to dust himself off for this big ball that he has to go to. So he's wearing in his new coat, which is this Battle Mage coat, which is a mastercrafted coat. It's got on kill plus 20 to magic for 10 seconds. I've been looking through the master crafting stuff that I've got, and it's not as I was assuming it would be, like 50% chance to do this to increase your stats. And I mean, I have those too, but they were like guaranteed benefits to certain things, and one of this was this on kill plus 20 to magic for 10 seconds, but also it's got a bunch of other stuff too, which is nice. Also, Cassandra has got another mastercrafted Battle Master coat, a new schematic which I bought with my excess of money, which is pretty cool. It's got heal 20% of damage taken over 10 seconds and 203 armor rating, which is very nice. It was between her and Blackwall, and I feel like I always give Blackwall the kind of like the good armor and the good weapons and stuff like that. For some reason, I don't know why it's always worked out like that. It just sort of has. But yeah, and she's also got the Carter hat on, as you can see. Sarah doesn't have any. Well, she does have new armor. She doesn't have any like mastercrafted anything just yet. But I do think she looks cool. I mean, like her plaid thing with the hat was kind of funny, and I can imagine her wearing that with a tongue on her cheek. But I think she looks a bit more badass now, and she's got a new bow too, which is cool. And here's Dorian out of his kind of Battle Mage robes, but in a very similar garment, reinforced enchanter armor, fun on a bun. Blackwall actually hasn't changed whatsoever, so yeah. Cole has changed. He's actually got the Masterwork Fade Prowler coat. The reason he got this was because I struggle with him in a battle scenario. He's always losing health, so I gave him this, and I gave him a 5% chance to cast Fade Cloak on a hit, which should also kind of help him. It should help him take a few more hits as well, which is really cool, because we like Cole, but he isn't half tender. I don't feel like I'm playing him quite right yet. I think he looks pretty badass. Vivienne is looking amazing. She has got Sarah's hat and is now in a new Masterwork Enchanter mail, which I didn't make actually with one of the Masterwork materials. I actually just got that. I think you guys remember when I got that in the I think it was the astrology tomb in the last place I was in, the Western Approach. So yep, she's got that, and she looks amazing. Solus, I basically upgraded his armor. I think he's got a new suit of this, as well as a couple of new attachments there. And Varric back in not Griffin mail, so he doesn't look nearly as ridiculous. He's got his chest back out, as we are all glad to see. Iron Bull has not changed whatsoever, though I don't know if I've shown off the fact that he has his dread helmet on. It's been a while since we used him. Maybe we'll take him out today. So all that's very exciting. I'm sure you'll agree. Let's quick save and head into the War Council and see. I don't even remember what we did with the table at the end of the last session, quite honestly. Let's find out. Actually, there's one thing I did want to talk about before I get too started today. Remember last session I used Tranquility as a punishment for the whatever's dead head is now, the Venatori mage, which took down the Grey Wardens with his influence. I used that, and then I reloaded because I wasn't comfortable with that in character. I've narrowed down more what made me so uncomfortable with that.
Activity?
If my agents find anything, you will be the first to know.
Yeah. Pay attention, Colin. You gotta be careful. You asked that question 10 minutes ago, but because of all your Wallurium shit, I think you've forgotten. You okay? Need a hug? Anyway... Sorry, somebody wrote a comment with something to that effect recently. It's been kind of playing around in my head. Right. What the hell was I saying? Oh yes, Tranquility. I kind of narrowed down a little further why I'm so uncomfortable with that. And do you know what? I'll talk about that in a bit. I have it written down here. I'm just worried I'll forget. But here at the war table, doesn't feel like the time to be doing that. I guess I only had one person up doing stuff. The Chargers were able to tear down what was left of Amulet Fortress. The demons could have been a problem, but the support forces Commander Cullen dispatched kept them off our backs quite nicely. With the extra time the Inquisition forces gave us, we were able to salvage a few interesting items from the wreckage of Animate, including an old map of the surrounding area with Grey Warden supply caches marked, hopefully it comes in handy, from Krem. So where is that? Per information gleaned from the wreckage of the Animate Fortress.
With rifts contained in the area, we can send in smaller groups to offer relief.
Hooray!
I agree. Are you well?
A headache,
Oh.
nothing more.
How about that? How about that? Poor guy. They placed such supplies to aid those fighting large numbers of Darkspawn without reinforcement. The Inquisition can make good use out of them. Not far away. Let's see, we're gonna come back to that one, but I feel like I'm kind of so neutral on them, I wanna see what happens. See what other missions I want these guys for. So what's this, first of all? Do you know what? I'm gonna back out a little bit. I feel like there's operation-specific stuff we have for people, and I don't want to miss that opportunity, because today will be a day of companion quests. I want to go help Dorian kill his Venatori. I want to go see about Solus's demon friend. I mean, I don't know how much we're gonna get done today, but I've got my sights set quite high. So journal, inner circle. So we got memories of the Grey. That's just picking up some artifacts. We don't have the perk for deft hands yet, though I think we're pretty close. We can travel to Kier Oswin for Cassandra's thing. And she's got some more targets. Solus says that finding an amulet of the Unbound will prevent Venatori mages. Okay. Send scouts to investigate possible amulet locations. Yeah, we definitely want to do that. Find the spirit with Solus in the Exalted Plains. Right, okay. Varric saw enough red lyrium. Okay, well, shit. Bianca said, Griffith's getting there. Yep. On their expedition to Deep Rose onto Kirkwall. Possible to reach it using the entrance to the Deep Rose somewhere in Hinterlands. So that sounds like a dungeon. That could be fun. Got another one for the Exalted Plains. And then the Marquis party. Have Liliana locate the Shrine of Dumad. Okay. Well, let's cast around for some of those, but I think first and foremost, we can go and see about Cole's amulet. Come on. So it's over here, right? No. Here we go. Regardless of whether Cole is a demon or a spirit, he remains vulnerable to Venatori binding magic. The amulet of the Unbound, used by Raveni seekers, is said to protect spirits from such magic. However, finding an amulet in such a part of the world will be difficult. Nope. Held dear, but to protect spirits from the breach, they're willing to help us. I mean, it sounds like Josephine's already got a plan in mind, so let's just send her on that. And Liliana's thing's kind of underhanded, which is not something I want to be when we don't need to be. How about you? Recover from our wounds. Inquisition is see fit. It sounds like kind of subjective, not something I'm particularly interested in right now. What's this? Alright, now let's... You have so much of this stuff. What's this? Ah, Enzo. Enzo's clever, well-liked in his relations with Antivan royalty. I did see this one, didn't I? Oh yeah, goddamn. And I was going to send Josephine on that one as well, but I forgot. I wonder why it seemed familiar. Gather herbs. I mean, this freaking gathered herbs. Crestwood resources too. We can just take them. They're backup quests. The good works of Sir Ruth. Okay, well that'd be one of those warden things. From our sparing of the Grey Warden, I would imagine. Harden Hightown, gather coin. Look at weapon of Tirta Brynax. Okay, so we're okay on Freldon for the most part. A present for Bianca. Heard your little birdies have had recent success picking up shiny things for the Inquisition. Maybe you can help me out. One of the apprentice smiths saw me walking by with my Bianca, and we struck up a conversation. The apprentice said he once met a Formari mage named Provident who had ideas for improving the precision of siege engines. Wondered if they could be adapted for Bianca. And then he got into phrases like recoil dampening and rectilinear motion, and I politely excused myself. Could you tell your magpies to keep an eye out for Providence or his designs? Obviously I don't have trouble with Bianca's accuracy, but she does like it when Daddy gets her new fittings. Not weird. Oh, here's the Shrine of Dumat over here. Navarran City of Cumberland, and then just one's called Trust. Okay. I'm looking for specifically companion relevant stuff. I mean, I know that, like, that is companion relevant, so I'm keeping it in mind, but I feel like there's something more that we can give here. I don't get what this is. Town of Valgamord. No word has come from the town. Scouts sent to the area have not returned. I'd like permission to investigate. We can take that off. We know we don't need it. Sorry if I'm being indecisive here. It's just I sort of want to do this and then forget about the war table for a little while, so it's not like I'm gonna... On the surface is precious sky, not our concern, but the thing that did it. Follow these instructions, you'll catch your enemies sleeping. Tell soldiers not to leave the main tunnel, that's your only warning. Okay, so that's from the, I agree with Liliana on this one, that we should do exactly what the dwarves say. Because, I don't think, whilst I'm aware that dwarves like to betray each other, I don't think they try to betray me because what good would that get them? Movrin's arrived. Oh yeah, that's fine. How about this? Sarah cannot simply vandalize our reports. There is no record of any of this. A memo from Josephine written on a letter from an outlying landholder. Inquisition leaders, I have reports of a gathering of resources to be moved into Venatori hands. I send this with the hope that you have the means to track who may be responsible. I overheard the possibility, but further inquiry yielded no more details, unfolding well above my station. Several notes below. Squire with a limp says horses for 20, small force. 3 farmers say they were kicked out of homes, route. Merchant says the carts are heavy for carrying armor weapons, say they shortchanged him, so he didn't tell about wobbly wheel. We'll sold them through pass. Excellent, Sarah. Okay, I think we got enough that we need to make a decision here. Let's see. There's no real war table shit, which I'm concerned about, so let's send Liliana on a present for Bianca here. Provident, but I wouldn't get my hopes up. Since the Major Rebellion, so many have been killed or lost. I wouldn't hold my breath for these designs either. Well, none of the others are participating, so despite
Inquisitor.
You seeming so unsure, it's worth investigating. How about you? Settled their secondary differences and are rallying behind the two families. This feels like Yep. Thibault's rules with popular merchant consortia and are considered new money and progressive, while the intent of both families was to rival us politically. If we declare for one of them, we may manipulate events in our favour. Lord Piran de Rosier has not asked for our allegiance, but may respect our rising might. Lady Valise Thibault speaks for her investors and is interested in forward-thinking alliances. Okay, so de Rosiers are old money, but respected, well-respected but viewed as traditional and stubborn. Doesn't sound like my cup of tea. We're going to send Josephine on that when she becomes available. Valgaramon, this one I want to send Liliana on because, I mean, I know this didn't work, but also it's worth investigating. The first scouts died, it's worth investigating in force. What would they expect us to do? I would like permission to investigate in force. Our only option is send more scouts. Do you know what? Actually, I do like Colin for this one. And it's only 10 minutes, so we'll probably give him a little bit of time to investigate that. There's only one to investigate Shrouded Demat, but I've been told not to do that until after this. We've got the Exalted Plains over here. The Emerald Groves. Okay, let's have a think in the journal about what we're going to do first today. Right, it's 17 minutes, jeez. This is the planning episode, clearly. In the journal. So, yeah, Emprise de Leon or Falomar. I'm not overly concerned with Blackwall at the moment. Kier Oswin. Where is that? It's over here? Where's Kier Oswin, I wonder? Whoops. What's this down here? Falomar. This is the Hinterlands. Oh, here is Cassandra's reason to believe that Corypheus is behind the disappearance of the Seekers of Truth, but she requires help to prove it. Okay, well, I mean, we can do that, but we may hold off on that for now, because that feels like a cool kind of involved thing, so I want to kind of start slow. You know, I specifically was recommended to do the Dorian thing quite soon. They may come from the same place, but there's a world difference in the Venatori and most people from Tevinter. Dorian wants a particular group of Venatori mages dead. Venatori kill with Dorian, where are they? They're down here in the Hinterlands, where Varric's thing is as well. So let's head in there, and they're just here. Ah, failed to deliver too. One less Venatori. Sweet. And one down there too. God, it's been a while since we went to the Hinterlands. I could look forward to this. Yeah. Oh, and we haven't explored Redcliffe as well. Okay, so that's definitely what we're going to do. We're going to go do Dorian's thing, and then we're going to have a look around Redcliffe. As much as Redcliffe is going to just dump a whole load of new interest points and quests on us, the longer we ignore it, the worse it's going to get. And then maybe onto the Exalted Plains for Vivienne and for Solus. We can go to the Marquis' party, and then Cassandra's thing. I feel like we've been putting off Josephine's thing off long enough. I do. And I am dressed for a party. Alright, how much longer on Cullen's thing do you reckon? Where to start? Well, you know what? I'm actually going to think about where to start, and then I'll cut back with you when I've made a decision. Hey guys, I actually just remembered. There's a judgment waiting for me. So, let's go and do it. Oh, that'll be a good way to kill 5 minutes. Somebody wheel in the throne, please. I have shit to do. Got shit to do. And I don't want to be sitting on an invisible throne. Much as I do not like to skip leg day, I'd rather they wheel in the actual thing. Would you fucking... Hurry up, 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 hurry up. I know, I'll leap. Damn it, it trolled me. I knew it was bloody gonna troll me because that's just the way that life works. Quick save. I don't even know who this could be.
Before you is Service of the Minrathous Circle of Magi. You met him and his Venatori in the Western Approach.
Met.
He admits to working for Corypheus, raising monsters and using magic for conquest.
Hey.
He also used his connections to smuggle magical artifacts out of the Approach, without his master's consent.
Okay. Without his master's consent.
You stole from Corypheus. I don't know whether that's stupidly brave or bravely stupid.
I was hired by a third party. I've no loyalty to him. Might you find that useful, your worship?
I'm sorry, are you attempting to bargain with us?
Bargain? I plead. I throw myself on your mercy. I also have friends in Tevinter who owe me large debts. Leave what happened in the Approach behind us, Inquisitor, and I can put them all at your disposal.
Let's see. Give him back to Corypheus. I want him as a smuggler. Throw him in jail. An informant on probation. I'm trying to remember exactly what his crimes were. Using magic for conquest. Using magic for conquest, smuggling magical artifacts out of the land. Killing. He's an agent of the enemy. An informant on probation. This I want him as a smuggler thing. Could be interesting. And beneficial. Give him back to Corypheus. Either gives him death or gives Corypheus like another asset. Plus, we're not trying to make peace. I doubt we want to use this. Throw him in jail and informant on probation. Oh, what did he do again? He's a mercenary who worked against us. Let's see. Sorry for the cut there, I just want to look at the beginning of the cutscene. So working for Corypheus, raising monsters and using magic for conquest and smuggling artifacts out of wherever without Corypheus's consent. So he's a mercenary, an enemy mercenary, but one who surrendered and admitted to his crimes. So I think we are going to lean on using him here. So an informant on probation, going back to Corypheus, I think that's way too risky and probably not going to be very effective. I think as a smuggler is honestly the best use of his resources, but I don't think Dorian in particular is going to approve of this.
Someone who can smuggle magical artifacts to Tevinter and back shouldn't be wasted on court diplomacy. Bring those artifacts back to the Inquisition. procure something really useful and we might loosen the shackles.
Your worship knows value when he sees it.
Approves,
I won't
approves.
disappoint.
Cool. Okay, that's a pretty interesting mix, actually. Dorian did slightly approve. I assume that Dorian wouldn't approve because of his, because he hates the Venatori. And I think anybody who supports that cause is instantly like a countryman, sneaky, underhanded version of his countryman who is badly representing his peeps. So in that time, whilst I was considering that, I think probably Cullen's mission is done. And with that, I think what we're actually going to do is we're going to go to the Marquis party. Because just thinking about it logically, we have the party invite already. It'll be at a specific date, so on and so forth, whatever, but we should still make it a priority. So I think we're just going to get it done. Do Josephine's thing. Have at it, yo. Here we go. Valgarman has been destroyed by Darkspawn. They attacked us as we approached, but with our numbers, we were able to fight our way free and retreat to safety. The town is definitely lost. The Darkspawn have torn down most of the buildings. It will take a significant force to stop them from spreading further. Possibly a larger force than the Inquisition could field alone. Oh dear. Okay. Cool. Nice bit of influence there. So what's this? Came from the mountains. I am shocked. That's such a sizable hole to reach the surface without alerting the Orlesian military. Jeez. Perhaps the Civil War distracted Orlais in the same way that the Calling distracted the Wardens. Regardless of the cause, the Darkspawn are here and in massive numbers. I have begun preparing the troops. Yeah. I agree with Josephine here. We have to unite against the Darkspawn because we don't have the Grey Wardens, and I imagine that would be a lot easier if we did have the Grey Wardens. What else have we got here? Western Approach resources, yada yada. Claim Grey Warden cash. Was there one I liked for this? Let's send Cullen on it.
All right.
We'll get it done. I don't think it matters how much of a noise we make, as long as, because they're not going to know what we're after. The numbers will protect us from theft attempts, and as long as we vacate the area afterwards, then we should be fine. All right, well that's 25 minutes of not too much, it feels like. Sorry about that, but hey, how's the Darkspawn axe actually? Hang on. Alpha Great Axe. Well, that's cool. Probably just gonna nip down and sell it, actually. Not a big fan of Darkspawn shit. Walkie, 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 walkie this way. What? Yeah. Right, here are the selling people. There you are. I knew you'd come around. Sell that. Just sell it. Right, guys, well, that is that.
Greetings, your worship.
In the next episode, we're going to head to a party. Indeed we are. So it's the Marquis party, yeah. I forget exactly what it was that we did for that, but I'm sure that it'll come up. It was something to do with we need this person's favor in order to get the final sponsor. So that's what we'll do in the next episode. Thank you very much for watching. See you then.